Our journey begins in the early 20th century, a time of political unrest and ideological battles. The Indian subcontinent, then under the yoke of British rule, was a simmering cauldron of diverse cultures, traditions, and faiths. The British Raj, exercising its divide-and-rule policy, had sown the seeds of mistrust among the Hindu and Muslim communities. The rise of nationalism was palpable, as India yearned for freedom from colonial oppression. Two major political players emerged during this time: the Indian National Congress, advocating for a unified India, and the Muslim League, championing the cause of a separate Muslim state. These were times of tumultuous change, of fervent debates and strategic alliances. The tensions between the Hindu and Muslim communities escalated, fueled by political maneuvering and communal disharmony. As the winds of change swept across the nation, India found itself on the brink of a monumental struggle for freedom. The early 1940s marked a period of escalating tensions and political maneuvers. As the decade unfolded, the pulse of India's desire for independence quickened. The Quit India movement of 1942, a clarion call for an end to British rule, echoed through the subcontinent, galvanizing the masses with a fervor unparalleled in its intensity. Simultaneously, the Lahore Resolution, passed in 1940, sowed the seeds of a new nation, proposing the creation of independent states for Muslims in northwestern and eastern British India. This resolution, while divisive, was a reflection of the growing schism between the Hindu and Muslim communities, a divide that was only to deepen in the years to come. By 1946, the Cabinet Mission Plan, proposed by the British government to transfer power to Indian leadership, only added fuel to the fire. Its reception was mixed, further intensifying the divide. The stage was set for a battle that would change the course of history. 1947, a year etched in the annals of history, saw the birth of a war of liberation. As the year unfolded, the Mountbatten Plan was announced. This plan was a blueprint for the partition of British India, devised by Lord Mountbatten, the last Viceroy of British India. It was a proposal that aimed to give independence to India, but with a heavy price: the division of its land into two separate entities. The division was based on religious lines, with the Hindu-majority regions forming India and the Muslim-majority regions forming Pakistan. The announcement of the plan ignited a spark that quickly turned into a raging inferno. The peaceful coexistence of diverse communities was disrupted as violent partition riots broke out. The riots were marked by unprecedented violence and bloodshed. Communities that had lived together for centuries were suddenly pitted against each other. The streets were filled with chaos and fear as people fought for their lives and their homes. In the midst of this turmoil, mass migrations took place. Millions of people were forced to leave their homes, crossing borders in search of safety and a new beginning. The scale of this human displacement was colossal, marking it as one of the largest mass migrations in human history. Finally, the day arrived when the struggle and sacrifices bore fruit. On August 15, 1947, India declared its independence. It was a day of joy and celebration, but also a day of reflection and remembrance for the lives lost in the Liberation War. The celebrations were tinged with the bittersweet reality of a nation divided and the memory of the violent struggle that led to this moment. The Liberation War, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a nation, culminated in the birth of two new nations, India and Pakistan. This chapter in history serves as a stark reminder of the price of freedom and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. The flames of war may have been extinguished, but the scars left behind were profound. The Liberation War had ended, but its aftermath was a storm that India and the newly formed Pakistan had to weather. In the wake of the war, a refugee crisis of an unprecedented scale erupted. Millions of people displaced from their homes sought shelter across the newly drawn borders. Humanity on the move, on a scale rarely seen before, their stories, a poignant reminder of the human cost of conflict. The socio-economic challenges that followed were just as daunting. Infrastructure lay in ruins, economies were shattered, and governance structures were in their infancy. The task of nation-building was immense. Both countries faced the Herculean challenge of rebuilding their economies, their infrastructure, and their societies from the ground up. Yet, among the myriad of problems, the enduring communal tensions were perhaps the most complex. The seeds of discord sown during the war had taken root, leading to a deep-seated divide between communities. It was a rift that would take decades to mend, a wound that even time struggled to heal. But as they say, the human spirit is indomitable. Despite the trials and tribulations, the people of India and Pakistan persevered. They faced the aftermath with courage and resilience. Each challenge surmounted a testament to their will and determination. They embarked on a new journey towards self-determination, each step a stride towards a future of their own making. Despite the trials and tribulations, the people of India and Pakistan persevered, embarking on a new journey towards self-determination. As we look back on this pivotal chapter in history, we are reminded of the sacrifices made and the lessons learned. The Liberation War of 1947 was a testament to the indomitable spirit of the people, their relentless pursuit of freedom, and their unwavering courage in the face of adversity. This war was not just a battle between two nations, but a struggle for identity, for dignity, and for the right to self-determination. The war saw the birth of two nations, India and Pakistan, each with their unique cultural and social identities, yet united by a shared history and common struggles. The war was a crucible, a forge that shaped the destinies of millions, leaving behind a legacy that continues to shape the socio-political fabric of the subcontinent even today. It was an event that forever changed the course of history, leaving behind indelible marks of courage and resilience. Yet, it also serves as a stark reminder of the horrors of war, the price of freedom, and the cost of division. It is a reminder that peace is not merely the absence of war, but the presence of justice, of understanding, and of mutual respect. The Liberation War of 1947, a story of courage, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of freedom, continues to resonate, reminding us of our past as we navigate our present and future.